I hate going to the bush in the night. That we don't do in Lieferando. We don't ask. I remember I had to call their hub and tell them, guys, I had an accident. And then they were like, okay, something kaput. But my best moment was actually when a client gave me 10 years.
Hi guys, today we're meeting Jaden and he's gonna tell us something about what's going on with Lieferando this time und zeigt uns, wie man in dem Großstadtdschungel bei Lieferando überlebt. Gehen wir los!
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
My first question I had when I heard you were working for Lieferando, it was like, have you ever had an accident when you were driving for Lieferando?
That's a good question. Actually, driving for Lieferando, first of all, we have two type of method of transportation that we use. We have electric bike, and we have our personal bike. And this can be somehow dangerous. But I had it twice, but I didn't hit. I didn't hit somebody. I actually hit against. The first one was against electric pole. The second one was against a tree because I was riding away from something and I had to call. I remember I had to call their hub and tell them, guys, I had an accident. And then they were like, okay, something kaput passiert. I said, no, I've had an accident.
Yeah, but maybe was this your worst experience with Lieferando, or were there more not that good experiences you had?
My worst experience while working for Lieferando as a driver. My worst experience was, I remember receiving the package at the restaurant, I won't say the name, and I had to drive for like 7 kilometers. It was in the night, and with Scuba app you can use the Navi and it shows you direction, and then sadly, the direction that the Navi was showing me, it actually leads me through the bush, and it was dark. I hate going to the bush in the night. What happened? My bike at some point just broke off in that moment. I didn't know what to do, and I had to fix it alone in the dark with my torch. But yeah, that was my worst experience.
But in that time you had light on your bike, right?
I had light functioning.
So it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't. I just felt like, why would my bike break off now in the middle of nowhere?
When that was your worst moment, what was your best moment with Lieferando?
My best moment was actually when a client gave me 10 years tips.
10 years. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, I remember. I think it happened. Sometimes good things only happen once. So I remember getting 5-year tips several times, and I actually drove 4 kilometers. I still remember. I drove 4 kilometers, and I wasn't expecting this guy to give me 10 years tip. I was like, okay. No, Sie haben mich schon bezahlt. Nee, das ist für dich. I'm like, was? Okay, danke.
So was this guy very friendly or just
he was
drunk?
No, he was friendly. I mean, he wasn't drunk, he was sober. He was like, yeah, that's for dich. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Gracias.
That's nice. Do you often get tips, or is it like some of them give tips? And I think you also can get tips over the app.
Yeah, actually, working for Lieferando, you get tips via app, and also we, as you say, bargain, so like cash. So it's so often that you get tips, but something that we don't do in Lieferando, we don't ask for tips. We don't do that to clients. So it's their decision whether or not they will give it to you cash. Most of the time, I get tips, but then there are also ways that you have to. It's certain things that you have to do in order to earn those tips. Yeah, like delivery on time, being polite, being friendly to the client, and so I get it on a regular basis.
Okay, like guys like these customers like these are like the friendly customers, but have you ever encountered a really rude customer?
Yes, I have. And it's quite interesting because Lieferando teaches us professionalism and also good mannerism when talking to clients, when dealing with especially rude clients, or because people are different. I don't know what happened to that person before I arrived in his or her house, and whatever mood the person is in, I still have to do my job in a very professional way. So what actually happened is I deliver the food to this awesome client of ours, and she tells me that the food is cold. And then looking me straight in the face, I was like, okay. In my mind, I was like, okay, was alles gemacht? Das ist nicht meine Schuld. And like, the food is cold. I said, actually, the restaurant took took long to deliver, to prepare the food, and I had to just do what we normally do, deliver the food to you. And she didn't want to take the food. She didn't want to eat it. She literally had to call the restaurant and later complain that the food is cold and everything. At the end of the day, she gave the food to me, and that I should take it back to the restaurant. I might not really judge it as a rude approach, because at some point she was right as a customer.
Yes.
Of course, when you order food, you want to eat your food hot, not cold. So she had but then the approach she took to me, it was a bit off, but yeah, I had to do it in a more, and I had to answer in a more professional way.
Okay. Yeah. So you mean it was like the fault of the restaurant, not yours?
Technically, yes. Yeah. Technically,
So,
yes.
and what if your delivery is late? So when I order something on Lieferando and it says it's there about in a half hour, and I have to wait 1 hour, and why is this happening?
This is very problematic because every driver in Lieferando, especially those in Karlsruhe, where I am working at, are having this problem so often in some restaurant that because of privacy reason, I won't unfold. I won't tell which restaurant these are. But I hope you're watching us right now, and I hope you really work on that. But one thing that I would really bring into our attention is the issue of time management in this restaurant, because we understand that restaurants are busy with clients, people that are already inside have ordered some food, and we also are there waiting for the order to take it to the customer. But then when we spend more than 30 minutes or just 30 minutes, it's like we losing 2 orders of the nearest area. 30 minutes, it means a lot to us. So we really plead restaurant to really be a bit fast when it comes to delivering, when it comes to preparing the food, because that also costs us time. We don't want to spend 30 minutes or 1 hour, 40 minutes or 45 minutes in front of your restaurant waiting for the order, because that time we could have done 2 or 3 trips with food to the nearest addresses. Yeah.
So that sounds like you don't really like it to wait. Why? I mean, you get paid at this time.
Yeah,
so.
that's a good point actually. We don't like, well, I'm gonna speak on behalf of the rest of the team. We don't really like it because we have several channels of getting money from Lieferando. And again, I'm inviting you guys, those of you wanting to join the team Lieferando, please do so, because there's several ways of you getting income while working for Lieferando. You don't just have your salary, you have tips and also bonus, and this is the point I'm going to touch right now. Of course, you're right that we have our salary, which is paid per hour, but then we have tips and we have bonus. So if I deliver more than 100 orders in a month or within a month, after the 100 order, I start getting €1 per order that I deliver. So if I spend 30 minutes, 45 minutes in front of a restaurant, and meanwhile I should have done maybe 2 to 3 trips around the area, like the short distances, then I would have accumulated more order than just standing in front of a restaurant for 1 order and then having to drive maybe 2, 3, 4 kilometers just for 1 package.
Yeah.
So that's actually what frustrates us in Lieferando.
Yeah, that's quite bad. That's quite bad. And maybe that's also why you maybe get bad reviews. So when you always deliver late, and how do you feel when you see a review that is bad just because it is late, or maybe even if the review says something about the food, even when you don't cook? I mean, you just deliver the food, right?
Yeah, one thing that I also want to bring to people's attention, because this has come to me several times, people asking me about our food or something like that. The thing is, Lieferando does not cook. Guys, put it in your mind. Lieferando does not cook. It is a takeaway service. And we work as drivers. That means we go to restaurants. The restaurant can be any that has a partnership with Lieferando. Can Burger King, McDonald's, you name it. We don't cook. We get the food from a restaurant and we take it to the client's house. So now, when the food is not tasting as the customer wanted, it's not Lieferando's fault, it's the restaurant. So what you gotta do is to grab your phone and call the restaurant and lay a complaint about the food. Maybe it was salty or something was missing, things like that. But not because we, the Lieferando guys, we are just there as a mean of transportation between the restaurant and the customer in delivery of the food. So about the rating on the platform, the internet, Google, we know that there's a lot of competition happening around Germany, Karlsruhe, or maybe around Europe in the food delivery service. We don't just have Lieferando doing the delivering service, we also have other agencies, other companies doing that, but we never know. The question that I have to ask myself is, who is the person who writes those ratings on Google? Because if you go on Lieferando app, you will see that our rating is quite good.
You mean the differences between the Google ratings of the restaurants
Exactly.
and the ratings on the Lieferando app? Because
Exactly.
they're different. That was another question I would have liked to ask. Yeah.
Exactly, because if you go to Google app, if you go to Google, you'll find out that the rating there it's a bit lower compared to the rating that we have in Lieferando app. But now, why are people still using Lieferando app? Because it's trustworthy, because it's cute. But now, why are we getting bad rating in Google? Is it because of some sort of competition? What do I believe? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you guys that Lieferando does its job in a more decent way. With the driver, we try our level best to bring the food to your house in good timing, and also in doing our job in a more professional way. So there is no way we can do less professional job, and that it costs you your money, your time and everything. So about all this rating that we have in Google, I don't know who writes those ratings in Google, so it's a bit politicized, but let's not get into that.
Okay, now I have a completely different question. So, you're studying, you're also studying. So, how do you make your time management, like how do you plan your working hours or your shifts? How do you do this?
Thank you for the question. Yes, I study. Lieferando is more flexible, and it really gives people opportunity regardless of your life circumstance. Yeah, we have several type of contract. We have full-time contract, we have midi contract, we have mini contract, we have students contract. So you have to find yourself. You have to look for a category that really suits you. In my case, I'm in student contract and I work 20 hours a week. So that means I get to choose, for those of you listening to me right now, I get to choose my days within the week that I'm free to work, and the hours that I'm free to work, and then I work on those specific hours. And when I have my school load, I do my school load, I do my exam, everything. Lieferando does not put any pressure, any tension on me. And if I have exams coming up, I am allowed to notify my boss ahead of time so that they can spare me some time to concentrate on my study and prepare for the exam. So time-wise, it's very flexible working for Lieferando.
Yes. Were you ever at the point that you were saying, I want to quit my job at Lieferando?
Honestly speaking, I've never encountered any situation whereby I regretted working for Lieferando. The only incident that I still recall is when I started my job in Lieferando as a driver. It was I would say in the worst period of time, which was winter. And to be honest, I didn't like it, being encountered with that cold and rain at the same time. You know, I remember there was a time I was driving and my boots were soaked in water. Like, I mean, I just didn't like that experience. But then things have changed very, very, very much. You know, Lieferando doesn't just expose you as a driver, like not caring about your well-being, not caring about your protection. So when it's rain, you got rain clothes that are there for your protection. When it's cold, you've got good winter jacket to protect you, to do your job in a more efficient way. So everything is always updated. So there is no way you will do your job at Lieferando and not be protected. So that was the only incident that I had. But after that, I've never seen any other negative or any cons as aspect of working for Lieferando.
Okay, that's quite good.
Yeah.
My last question compares to, you made last time a video where you went to other people and asked them about Lieferandos, and my question for this was, why do you want people to join Lieferando and how did it work with the video?
I want you right now to consider Lieferando, because Lieferando is the heartbeat of people, especially in Karlsruhe. You know, I'm not bribing you to join Lieferando, but I'm helping you because I know in which situation I was a couple of months ago and what Lieferando has done to me. So you are new in Germany, you don't speak German language, your English is not fluent, and what else? You don't have bachelor, master's degree, you are looking for a job, please contact us, come to us, search for us in some Google platform, because we are giving people opportunity and chance to just enjoy your work and also earn some source of money to make a living. That is actually my call to you. So our promotional action that we had last week was really successful. We had a lot of people interested. People out there had a different mindset about Lieferando. People out there thought that Lieferando, it's a danger zone. People thought that working for Lieferando, it's like, I mean, it's a no-go job. But then we clarify to the audience, clarify to people that there are actually advantages that are attached with working for Lieferando, and many people are interested, and some of them already started taking the action of contacting and finding out the process of signing up and so on. So it was really successful. And for those of you that haven't done the step yet and you're still looking for a job, do not be skeptical. My sisters, please don't be skeptical. Lieferando job, it's not a job for men only, but also for women. Do not think that's gonna be tiring for you. There is a way, again, for you to do your job in a more conducive manner.
Nice. I think that were all the questions I had, but no, they're clear. Oh, it was really nice. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very much. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna see you in the next video.